Alright, welcome back to the lodge. I am Waws. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. If you're looking at the screen and wondering why we are back in the Junon Forest, we're actually fixing a tiny overlook of ours, and that is we completely forgot about Aeris, not gonna lie. And unfortunately, we're getting ready to go to the Temple of Ancients. And I have to hold myself accountable and realize that I screwed up. Been focused on the heavy hitters, Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, Sid, Vincent, a little bit of Red. Completely ignore Aerith. And now I'm looking back and realizing on this playthrough, if I don't fix it, we'll have a attack mark that could potentially make the Temple of Ancients quite difficult. So we're here. We're going to go back across the ocean. As we go back across the ocean, we're going to actually get the Great Gospel, and we will be leveling her up. Well, the goal is not to level her up. The goal is to unlock her limit breaks, to be truthfully honest with you. So, I will say I want to have a shout out to the new scouts who found the channel during the spike today. Welcome to the archive. This is Waws Gaming. We do a no edits, no metas, pure all my own strategies that I have figured out on games that I have played, or if it's new games that I've never played, just going out there figuring it out. Alright. 36 years old, playing games for a while, not really a pro gamer, I would say. I've been in the Navy for quite a bit of time, probably half of that actually. And I have over 1,800 games, and the channel is meant to record and have fun with you guys while we have a nice fire chat. So, glad to have you. Come sit by the fire, enjoy it during your lunch breaks, or do your downtime of work if that's your cup of tea, I guess. Excuse me while I get some water. Working across the ocean. I'll say I've had an interesting night. It's been heavy. Working my main job at the Navy. And for my part-time job at a pizza shop, sure takes a lot of energy out of me. On top of that, I decided, because my favorite game is Final Fantasy 7, I decided to start pursuing a sleeper build myself. Right now I'm sitting at 213 pounds, a little bit of dad bod, but that's starting to turn, getting stronger. And it would lift more weights. So I will say that, the month has been very weary. Very tiring indeed. Every time I sit down and play Final Fantasy 7, it just gives me that motivation to keep going to the gym the next day, It's one of those things that I just kind of attach myself to, and it's what I do. It reminds me of why I go to the gym at the YMCA. When I'm tired and exhausted and I have no energy, I remind myself of what Cloud would do. He was lucky enough to have the physique from the very beginning. However, for us humans that are in the real world, it doesn't happen overnight. right? We have to keep going, we have to keep grinding, we have to get those reps in, those weights in, those sets in. Even though, let me tell you, when we rolled into the bed to turn our alarm clock off, we'd much 100% rather be asleep. So, that's what this channel is. It's a digital version of a long ruck of a mile, 12-mile ruck. It's slow, it's steady, and today it's about fixing that tactical advantage or disadvantage if we would have gone through with our healer. We're putting in our reps now by grinding it so that we can continue doing what we need to do. Very specifically, making the Temple of Ancients slightly easier in the next coming parts. Someone keep with us. It'll be a slow channel, or a slow part of the channel this time. Like I said, this is mostly for recovering ourselves from doing some big mistake, small mistake if you don't really care, but I am trying to overcome some things, so not always wanting to do everything on a game, especially when I know it's kind of pointless. I don't want to say pointless, but some people do. Some people think it's pointless because we lose certain access for a certain character here very shortly. Alright, I guess I'm not gonna get it. Come on, man. Gotta wait for this guy to do his thing. Great gospel. Alright, now that we have the item, we really can just focus on grinding out Aeris' skills. And you can pick a spot. I put the tiny Bronco over by Nibelheim. So, you know, you pick wherever you want to. I try to pick the easiest, fastest ways to do it, especially when some of the enemies can take a few hits. White wind, I guess. Any of these people have anything to... I guess I don't know. People, monsters have anything I can steal. I could be frank with you. Oh, it does. Do red at the same time, but I don't really feel like grinding two people at once. This will take forever. We already have to kill it. 80 total. I think it's 80. I have to kill 80 people with... I mean, let's be honest with each other here. One of the weaker characters, she's a designated healer. So it's already a long trek that I don't feel like adding more to. I mean, we're talking 320 enemies if I were to add red. I do have his Cosmo memory. You get that from the cave of G. Excuse me. You get it pretty early on. You just have to grind his limit breaks out. It does get quite annoying to grind a specific character if everybody else is just sitting there. I will say we did see a nice spike today. thank you. We finally broke through the 128 view that the algorithm had us locked in for a few days. Feels good to be suggested to you guys, and that the engine's actually working to get our videos out there. And miraculously enough, we also broke our Fortnite failure streak tonight. 2 rounds we played tonight, me and my son, and we actually got our first victory royale on video. We did a 0-3 the day before, 0-4 yesterday. So that victory royale with the captain, or my son, felt like a very magical time and a very boosted morale. So if you're one of the regulars, hey, thanks for sticking around. For the 88% of you that are new, this is how we do things here. We talk about the struggle, we talk about the wins, and we definitely do not hide the mistakes. And if we can fix them, we 100% try to fix them. So thank you again for sticking around while we're grinding around for a couple of limit breaks. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer today, just because I know watching somebody grind. And quite honestly, I'm a little tired. Not very much energy to talk tonight, but you know, if you guys have any comments or you guys want to speak about anything, please feel free to drop that comment. We can 100% cover it. This will probably be a 2, maybe 3-part, depending on how quickly we can get enemies built up on the screen. 2 at a time is going to take us 80 battles. You know, if we can get 5, 6, 5, we can 100% expedite this quite a bit, which in order for me to do that, I could potentially go back to Junon. I just don't feel like doing a truck across the ocean. Let's see what's on the desert. Oh, what the heck is that thing? A harpy? I don't think I've ever fought a harpy before. Oh, cool. I get poison. Striking staff. Oh, okay. Well, this is new. I don't think I've ever really fought a harpy. It's not that strong, so I'm not 100% concerned. Let's see how much fire does to it. Oh, okay. Well, that was quick and easy. Thank goodness. We'll go back to Gaga, honestly. Forest, I should be able to find some frogs. They come in like 3 5s. So that's usually a pretty good number. I think I already have everything that I wanted from him, so I don't have to manipulate him. Alright, well, that was quick. So, we're going. Okay. So, I'll say I've had some people ask about the property damage. We have spoken with very early into all of this, talking about with the insurance company. Well, we're still in the trenches. We're going through some discovery with my lawyer. Slow motion. Much like this grind, honestly. Quite honestly, it's very much like this of gaining material, I should say, not levels. You file the paperwork, you wait, you hit another enemy, you wait, you know. you look for items. But just like unlocking a great crossbow, the goal is total remediation, of course. This is interesting. Where's my soft? So whether you're watching this during the midnight shift, the lunch break, or while you're rucking your own weights, just know the mission continues. You know, keep going. Reps build up. It might not look instantaneously, but I promise you it's well worth it. 100% well worth it, actually. We aren't chasing a boom or a fire hit, we're building a vault. If the boom happens, hey man, great, right? If not, hey, the archive will continue to be building. We will continue our march through our library. I will mention that we will be doing Final Fantasy first, and then as we continue to finish Final Fantasy, we will be putting a poll out on what series the next recording should be, with viewers providing their inputs so that we can, you know, satisfy you guys and keep it interesting. I do retire from military service in 2028, which is my goal, is to have a pretty good, decent amount of stuff posted and archived so that we can continue this fellowship and the fireside chats. You know, as we get more subscribers or more viewers, we will definitely be going live. Just to be more entertaining and actually, you know, getting your opinions, getting your questions, getting the fellowship, of course. So, plus you can see we really majorly screwed up because we still don't even have 2-1 unlocked. If we don't get to 2-1, we might actually be going back to Junon just to unlock that. So we'll give it a couple more just to see what happens. Like I said, pretty exhausted today. Let's see, how much time do we have? Yeah, we're about 20 minutes in anyways. Of course you want to stone gaze the one person. So, you guys are going to make this tough. My goodness. We gotta kill this thing before they make you go stone. Right, Ultra Magic, come on. I can feel the tiredness of my body just weighing down on me. I'm not even gonna lie. I have to wake up in about 5 hours, go back to the gym. So we might actually cut it here very shortly. I'm hoping that I can at least make it to 2.1. Alright. Well, we'll give you one more fight just to keep a little bit of talk, up to 20 minutes, so that your lunch break seems a little bit easier and more calming. Really hoping I get a good amount of enemies. Of course. So, alright, well, we have not made that much of a headway on Aeris. We did kill quite a bit of enemies. However, she's somehow avoiding all damage. Which, miraculously enough, I should have just found a Temple of Ancients. And yeah, she would have just avoided all magic, right? No, I'm just kidding. slowly but surely, we're erasing this tack mark that we've created. I'm going to wrap up the session here and prep for the next story, which, quite honestly, will just be us to keep talking. We will not be moving on to the Temple of Ancients until we at least get 3-1 unlocked. And the only reason I say that is we can get 3-1 unlocked. We'll have to have 1-2, 2-2, 3-2 unlocked. And then we'll be able to use the Venus Gospel. Venus Gospel, this Sid's final weapon. Whatever it's called. What is this thing called? Great Gospel. We'll get the Great Gospel unlocked. You guys can be able to see it. Oh, alright, so I'm Waws. Thanks for pulling up the chair in this Lodge Fireside Chat. Subscribe if you want to see the 1800 game mission through to the end. I'll see you guys on part 33, where we will continue to grind a bit and sit down and talk a little bit more. Keep the rock moving. And